name is Abhishek Jain and welcome back to the Shell Script tutorial series part 8. In this video we are going to cover a if-else command through which we actually make a decision based on the value of a variable inside the shell script. So let's quickly jump into the demo, and just first we're gonna cover the syntax of if-else command, then we're gonna see with the real-time use case how we can utilize that. So let me just quickly create if-else demo.sh script. Let me just put a shebang line, okay. And then what I wanted to do is, let's say I can just verify from the previous video, that we have this $hash shell variable which actually tells how many parameters are being passed by the user. So let's say my script says, let me just first put an echo, and let's say number of parameters passed through command line. Let's print that out, okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna verify this, that how many number of arguments has been passed. So I can use if command. The syntax says if, then we have to use a square bracket. Square bracket is actually a built-in built-in command. Basically we can just figure that out, and this is very equal to the test command, right? So it actually whatever the expression you are going to put inside this, it is going to evaluate that. So if square bracket, then I'm gonna check $hash is always going to have a numeric value. So for numeric value you have to use, there is dash greater than gt, then dash le less than equal to it. Similarly we have lt, which is this, we have le, we have ge, right? We have equals to, right? Similarly we have not equal to, right? So what we're gonna do, we just wanted to see whether how many parameters are being passed by the users, and based on that we're gonna decide what needs to be done with inside this script. So if I say that user passes 2 parameters, then what, this is the syntax, right? And then okay, then you can just put your logic. So if I want to say that, okay, if user passes 2 arguments, then I can put user passed 2 parameters through command line, okay. Else I would say echo user has not passed correct number of parameters, or correct number of parameters, and then phi. So this is the complete syntax, right? If, then the expression which needs to be evaluated, then else, then phi. And then I'm just gonna put exit command, and let me just save it, and let me just run this command, okay. So if I run without any parameter, let's see what happens. So you can see the total number of parameters are 0, and it is going in an else loop, right? And if I just put, let's say, test1, the first parameter, and test2, now this time it should say that user passed 2 parameters through command line, right? So now it is going inside the if conditions, right? Similarly, this is just a first variant, or the simple variant of if-else command, right? What if I have a multiple conditions, right? So in that case we have elif command, okay. In elif command we can again give another condition. Let's say if user passes 3 parameters, then what needs to be done? Then I want to say user passed 3 parameters through command line, okay. So this is another variant when we have a multiple, the conditions to be evaluated, okay. So if I run this script now with 3, let's see what happens. So now it is going into that condition, right? So similarly, depending upon, you can have a script where you have, the multiple conditions, and based on that condition you want to execute a different script, right? So if user passes 2 parameters, which scripts to be done. to be executed. Similarly, if user passes 3 parameter, then what action needs to be taken, and you can just define in place of echo command, you can just put your command and you can just build the logic, right? That's one thing. Now I want to cover few operators, so what operators we have in a shell which actually get supported and you can utilize in a shell, right? So we have basically 5 type of operators: arithmetic, relational, boolean, then we have a string, and then we file, right? For relational, we have already seen this equal symbol, and we can just do some more, we can just see some more example around the string. And we have arithmetic operators, so we can utilize them, and I will just put all these information in the description, and you can always refer it, and you can always google it what all operators are there. So since we have already seen equal to, let's quickly verify this minus z and minus n. Why do we need it and when to use it inside that? So that minus that hyphen n is, right, basically that actually tells whether a string is empty or not. And similarly, the hyphen z is also whether the variable has variable is an empty string or it has some kind of value. So let's say I just wanted to check if, and I know if there is a first parameter, then I can defer $1, and if we have $1 minus z, so what it's going to tell whether the first parameter is empty or not, right? So what I can do is, then I can say if first parameter is, so if we are not passing any parameter, let's say the first parameter is nothing, right, then it will come into this loop because the first parameter is not there. No, that won't work, right? So let me rather than checking this, let me just put some variable. Let's say I have one strvar, and let me just define that strvar, okay, equals to this, and then let's see what happens. And then we just put echo and say where is empty. This is the another variant, right? If you don't have any else condition, you just wanted to verify, then you can use this syntax. You don't need elif, you don't need else, right? So let's quickly save it and run it and see how does it work. See, where is a empty string, right? Similarly, if I just put some test value here, then let's see what happens. Are we still getting the same? No, this time we are not getting, we are getting a blank. So that is how you can build your variants, different if else loop, depending upon how you are building your logic. And you can always refer operator what I have shown earlier, right? You can always search for, and based on your logic which you want to build, you can use any operator which suits to your need. So that's it from my side for this particular video. If you have any feedback or comment, and if you want me to cover any more complex topic, please feel free to put that in a comment section, and I will be more than happy to implement that in my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching this, and as always, stay healthy and keep learning.